So what is the cost of getting a black belt?
For me, it's a good question because there's always a cost in everything, and everything worth doing, I believe, is going to take a sacrifice. It's not going to be easy. There are going to be costs. You know, for me, it was giving up other sports. I was homeschooled, and we were homeschooled, and we had, my mom had 8 children, and we all got one activity, not 2, not 3, not 4, one activity, because there was a lot of running to do, as you might imagine, with 8 kids. And so I had to give up soccer. I had to give up a lot of other things to do martial arts. But I remember when I got invited to set my goal to become a black belt at the school I was training in at the time. And I got this letter and I ran home to my mom and I said, look, I got invited. And my mom and dad said, great, if you want to become a black belt, you're going to have to pay for it. And so at a young age, I think I was 11, 12 years old at the time, I reached into my savings, and it was a valuable lesson my parents taught me, and that was commitment, that was dedication. It was most of my savings that I had from working summers and trying to be a young entrepreneur, and I sacrificed financially at a young age to get my black belt. Obviously, now I do it as a career, and it's changed my life and the life of my family and hundreds and thousands of others, and that's hundreds and thousands, not hundreds of thousands. Hundreds of thousands one day, hopefully. But it's changed a lot of people. And so, as you might imagine, that several $1,000s investment paid off tremendously for me. And then that was one of the costs, though, of getting a black belt. What would you say? What's another cost of getting a black belt?
One of the costs that I had to go through was when I was on my path to getting my black belt was I had to kind of make a choice about what was important to me, and I couldn't skip karate to hang out with my friends. And I know that's a big issue today of a lot of students that, sometimes they don't want to go to class, they just want to hang out with their friends instead, and that was something that I had to go through and make that choice, but because of that commitment and that dedication, that's what led me to where I am today. So definitely having to choose that over, hanging out with your friends, that's a big choice sometimes, yeah.
I think as well, there's a lot of costs that you don't think about. There is the cost of missed meals. You're gonna miss meals. You're going to push yourself probably harder than you've ever pushed yourself before. There's going to be sweat, and in the olden days maybe blood, not blood anymore, but in the olden days, back in the more hardcore days, it was blood, sweat, and tears. But there's going to be that time. Someone told me the other day that they said, you know what, getting martial arts, it's kind of like having another car payment. And I kind of laughed and I thought, you know what, there is a financial investment. But the difference in a car and investing in your martial arts training is that a car will eventually rust and it will eventually end up in the junkyard. Martial arts will be with you until the day that you die. Martial arts is not, becoming a black belt as a family especially, is not something that you all just have. It's not just something you tie around your waist. It is who you are. It's who you become, and that lasts forever. So cars appreciate your martial arts training. It's an investment in your future and your family's future.
Yeah, and going along that same point, you are going to have to miss some screen time. I know it's a big deal for kids these days, iPads or TVs, so I think that's important as well. And I think it's really cool that you get to do something else instead of that and really put that focus on anything that's worth achieving is worth sacrificing for.